close and personal. Okay, so this question, Dad. What's something about you, personally, business-wise, that some people would never guess or know about?
There's actually a lot of things that no one's ever going to know about.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think one of the main things when I share this with people, they don't believe me. Okay, so when I was about 15, I was absolutely obsessed with Michael Jackson. He got me out of such dark times as a teenager. And I remember that I used to, at that point in time, I lived in Buxton, and there was a place about 7 miles away that was a nightclub, and it was called the Winking Man. Yeah. The Winking Man. Don't get confused. The Winking Man. And it was on the Leek Road, and that's a very hilly road, and it was, all the farmers go there. It's like a country, but it had an amazing dance floor, right? Yeah. And I used to go there every Monday. I was 15 years old. And they let me in. I don't know how I got in, right? They let me in, and it was open till like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was, scout school the day after. And at that nightclub, they played the best music, like Michael Jackson, 80s disco, because I was massively into disco. And I started to dance. I had no confidence, but through dancing, I was able to just learn some moves and just go with it because no one cared. Because everyone was a shit dancer up there, they're all farmers, didn't know how to dance. There's me kind of being awkward, but eventually start getting really good at dancing. Yeah. And every Monday, they would give me like a standing ovation and form a circle around me when I was dancing. And it was completely freelance. There was no choreography whatsoever. I mean, I was dancing like Edwin Starr, Contact, Contact, that kind of stuff. The Bee Gees, Michael Jackson, Sister Sledge. And I just went on for hours. I just danced all freaking night.
Like out of a film?
Yeah, like Saturday Night Fever, right? And then I thought, you know what? I really enjoy this. And I did a bit of research. There's no internet then. Yeah. Right, so
Google it.
You couldn't Google it. And I found a newspaper called The Stage, which is for actors and dancers and stuff like that. And I found out that I could actually go to auditions in London at Pineapple Studios. That's where they auditioned all the dancers. But I didn't have a mentor. I didn't know a dance instructor. I didn't even have a dance instructor, right? Yeah. So, and in those days, I had a Sony Walkman. And a Sony Walkman was where you put a cassette. You actually put a whole cassette in this black Sony Walkman. It took me like 18 months to save up for it. It was like 60 quid, right? And I thought, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And what I did is I found out when and where the audition. I wrote to them, and I got a place on the audition, and I got the train to London. And I went to Pineapple Studios, and I auditioned in a room with about 50 dancers. And they said, right, this is what we're going to audition to. This is the music. They played it once. Yeah. And then a choreographer would come in and show you the moves. And I've got to be honest with you, the first few auditions, I was shit, right? But then I kept getting better and better and better. And eventually, I got chosen to be one of Michael Jackson's backing dancers. And I don't have any photographs because we just didn't have that then, right? And I got on and did it. And then I did a tour with Radio 261 Piccadilly all around the UK doing a Michael Jackson performance, right? And I was like 17, 18. Yeah, I was like 17, 18. You've seen me dance, right? I can dance. I mean, I don't do it all the time, but I just love to dance. And at that point in my life, it got me through kind of discovering who I was as a person, because when you're a teenager, you've got all these hormones flying around. I'd been to a boys' school. I had no confidence with girls whatsoever. And at this Pineapple Studios, I met a girl from Norway. He was also a dancer and invited me over, and I went over to see her when I was 18. He was in Oslo. Oh, whoa, this is cool, man. And now the great thing is, as you know, I've just written a musical about my life called Legacy of Spies, and that's going to have a lot of dancing in it. So I've got that kind of experience. I'm not a choreographer. I can help, but I can dance, even at my age. At my ancient Jurassic Park age of 57, I can dance the shit out of most people, right? And I can run faster than most people still. So I've got the fitness and the muscle memory and the kind of like the discipline to understand what dance is, right? And dancing is an expression. It was my favorite way of expressing myself. Now it's more acting, Shakespeare, and I'm doing a live Shakespeare show really soon as well. So a lot of people don't know that about me because I'm so business, so structured, so entrepreneurial. But for me, now I'm going way more into the arts. I don't give a fuck anymore. That's what I want to do. Yeah.